Hi everyone, welcome to Indigenous Superstar. I'm your host Rhonda Head, and we're coming to you live from Bigetti, Manitoba, in the heart of Opaskwayak Cree Nation. And we're having an exciting show today. I can't wait to introduce my guest to you. Just want to let you know that Indigenous Superstars is streaming live on my Facebook fan page, my my Twitter page, live at Rhonda Head. My Twitter handle is at Rhonda_Head, and on my YouTube channel, and I'll send a link on how you can join the channel, and also on the Indigenous Superstar group page. So join me if you can. I want to give a shout out to Alan Grey Eyes again for organizing a successful, fantastic Sakaway festival that occurred in Winnipeg last week. That was held virtually. I got to go perform there on Saturday with. I shared the stage with low budget rock star and Ken Henderson, and also Randy Vezina. It was so awesome to share the stage with them. They both have fantastic music, and they're just getting out there in the music scene, and their music is so good. So if you have a chance, go check out their sites and their Spotify accounts, and share some love with some of our up and coming Indigenous musicians. I also want to give a shout out to the Hoop and Holler Festival that they invited me to go perform at the festival live on Saturday in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba, and that was so much fun. It was so great to actually be able to perform in front of a live crowd. But they did it really smart. They sectioned off different areas where a crowd of a car full of people were designated sections, and they could come and sit outside in their lawn chairs, and it was really neat. It was a really greatly run festival, and I want to thank them for having me out there this Saturday. So I just want to give a shout out to Alan and the Hoop and Holler Festival and the Sakaway Festival for continuing to support musicians here in Manitoba and throughout the world. I got to meet with some awesome. I got to network with some really amazing people from Australia and New Zealand as well. So that was really a really great festival that Alan Grey Eyes put on. So I have a really exciting guest today. I'm really glad that we connected through Facebook actually, and we just started talking to each other because we have similar interests in our music styles. And my guest today on the show is Everett Morrison. And Everett is an Aboriginal Cree-based baritone. Everett is originally from Moosonee, Ontario, and now resides in Wimmekong, Ontario. Everett is a band member of the Crees of Waskaganish, Quebec. He is a graduate of Cambrian College Music Program in the Voice program and a graduate from Laurentian's Music Program in the Voice program. Everett has studied with Marion Harvey Hanna and Dr. Robert Hall. He has performed throughout Northern Ontario and Northern Quebec. Everett also facilitates voice workshops and Aboriginal youth. Everett made his professional debut in the spring of 2007 with the Canadian Opera Company. He sang the role of the Wandering Spirit War Chief of the Crees in the Canadian Opera Company's production of the Canadian opera Louis Riel. Everett also sang in the National Arts Centre of their production of Louis Riel in June of 2017. Then, in July of 2017 in Quebec City for Opera de Quebec, Festival d'Opéra de Québec in Louis Riel. Everett made his opera and concert debut singing the role of David Joe in Victor Davies' world premiere of the opera The Ecstasy of Rita Joe in March of 2018. Everett sang the bass solos for Unsettled Scores, Contrary is a Requiem, which was based on Residential School. It was in partnership with the Royal Conservatory, Toronto, Royal Conservatory of Music in Toronto, June of 2018. Please welcome the awesome Everett Morrison.
Hi, Ajay. Rhonda, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
We're not
How's
bad,
it
you?
going? Oh, I'm doing good. I get to meet with amazing musicians twice a week, and I just love it. I'm doing great. So I have a lot of questions to ask you, and I just want to talk to the viewers that are making comments on the comment box. If they can go and click on the screen of the show to allow your name to be shown on the screen. It's just to allow the studio stream live to get your name on the screen and your photo. So yeah, so I have a really exciting. I'm really happy to have you on today. You're number 27. You're my 27th guest since I started doing this. Uh, I just want to ask you some. Oh, actually, I have a lot of questions for you. So could you tell us like how did you get inspired to sing in the classical style? Like how did you find your voice?
Well, when I was a kid, I watched the movie La Bamba, and that's what it's like. I wanted to be a singer as soon as I watched that movie. Then my uncle bought me a soundtrack, and I used to walk around with a little tape recorder and sing along with it. I think that was like 1987. I think I was like 7 years old. I'm 40 now, but and I was practice singing at home and guitar. And my mom and my brother bought me this book called Singing for the Stars, which was a book for singing, and there was actual vocal exercises, studies. I learned that until I turned 18. I went to college in Sudbury there. I studied voice. My old voice teacher, Mary Harvey, who helped helped me with my operatic voice, helped me build my voice. And I don't know, I've always wanted to sing, but I never knew I'd be an opera singer. Like I wanted to be a tenor, but I ended up with the lower voice, like a bass baritone. But I don't know. I just love to sing, and I always knew that I had a true passion for singing. So yeah, it's
So,
been hard
so how
to
did
go.
you know you wanted to sing and like when you found out you were a baritone, how did you get into the style of singing opera arias and classical music?
I had a great teacher, and she knew the male voice, and she worked a lot with male singers, and she knew which repertoire to pick. And I'm going to sing an aria called Madamina from the opera Don Giovanni. That was the very first opera aria I learned, and it was like 8 pages. That was lots back then. It took me like 3 months to memorize, but now it's just easy. Like I learned that 20 years ago, and still haven't memorized note for note and all that. So yeah, it's my
I
dog.
hear your backup singer there.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna give you the screen and you're gonna share your beautiful voice, and I can't wait.
Okay, I'm gonna sing a bass aria called Vecchia Zimmer. It's from the opera La Boheme. He's saying goodbye to his coat. He's he has the the character Colin is pawning his coat in order to get medicine for his friend Rodolfo's girlfriend Mimi. She's dying of I remember some terminal disease in the opera. She dies of pardon my dog, but vecchia Zimara senti il resto al pianto scendere il sacro mantior devi le mie grazie ricevi mai non curvar Stornelei tuoi tasche, altri tranquilli, filosofie poeti. Ora che i giorni lieti fuggir, ti dico addio, fedele amico mio. Addio, addio. Midwest, thank you.
Wow, that was incredible.
Well, thank you, Midwest.
That was so I have some more questions for you. Like
Yeah.
how do you so when you're learning your songs and your repertoire, do you speak the language fluently or do you just learn the
I just heard a text. When I first started in college, I was 18. I had no idea about French or well, I knew some French, but Italian I didn't know. You get all these Latin masses and just think they're the basis of Italian. So E's are like A's, I's are like E's, O's, A's are O's. I just understood after reading Latin. That's it. But it's kind of hard in German. I was never really very good in German, but I don't know. It was tough that one. I like singing in Italian. It's easy. It's all vowel sounds, isn't it? Or vowel
that's
sounds.
awesome. So what languages do you perform in?
I like Italian. English is the hardest language to sing in too, but I like Italian is probably the easiest language to sing in,
So
I guess.
do you sing in Latin and like what are all the languages that you sing in?
Because I sing in French and just Italian and German, but I haven't really pulled out the German or French repertoire really in a while. I probably have to relearn that stuff, but yeah,
Okay.
German, whatever, yeah. But there was one aria called "O du mein holder Abendstern," and it's a nice. I think it's a bass one. I can't remember. It's a baritone. It's a
That's
nice
awesome.
aria. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Wagner.
Italian is one of my favorite my favorite languages to sing in. And
Mm-hmm.
for myself, like I started singing, I started like I learned the phonics and the diction and enunciation of the languages. I'm the same way. Like I don't speak them fluently, but like I could sing them like when they come out, it just you just comes naturally, and it
Oh,
feels really good singing in the languages. And yeah, you're right. English is very hard to sing in, but
yeah.
like I sing in Italian, French, Latin, and I found German really hard,
Yeah.
but I kind of put a break to learning more the different language repertoire, and I
Yeah.
started bringing in the Cree language and adding it into the classical pieces, and I found that my language, the Swampy Cree language, it just flowed so perfectly,
It's like a
I felt like
four vowel based
yeah, and it
language.
just fit really well with like an Italian piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I always say that Cree is also a language of love.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, it's four vowels in the Cree language. Yeah, a, e, u, a, pe, pi, pupa. It's just all the same as
Yeah,
syllable.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it's great. It just it worked so perfectly when I started singing in my own language,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and I really enjoy doing that. So I wanted to ask you, so you've been in several operas, and I wanted to ask you about how like your audition process, like
Oh,
how did that go?
the auditions usually you have to have five arias learnt. You pick one. Usually you go with your strongest piece or the one you gives you the most ease and one you love to sing the most, I guess, and interpret the best. And the, there's usually three, I don't know, 1 to 3 people on the jury. Then they pick the piece. You have to have all your pieces solidly learned. Like, you know what I mean? You can give you one note and you got to sing the whole aria. You know what I mean? You can't just pull it out of your magic hat. You know what I mean? You have to learn it note for note. You have to
Yeah.
practice
So how did you
all the
feel at
parts.
your first audition when you went out to audition?
Oh, audition for the Canadian Opera Company. That's like the cream of the crop there, man. Like that's the top singers in the world audition for this place. It's every Canadian opera singer's dream to sing for the Canadian Opera Company. And when you audition for that place, you're up against all the Canadian singers and international singers as well. So it's tough. And it's an audition is just basically a job interview, pretty much, you know, like a tryout for
Yeah.
hockey,
Great.
whatever. If you don't get it, you
Great.
don't get it. Move on. You have to have thick skin when you're a singer, you know what I mean? You can't take it to
Yeah.
heart if you get it, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? You gotta keep on
So how did
trying.
you feel when you first got your first part in an opera?
Oh, that Louis Riel one, I was really happy. Like, this is my dream. It's coming true. Like, you work hard for things, it'll happen. You don't work hard, nothing won't happen. You gotta. Sometimes you need help too. Some people help you out. You know what I mean? They get you an audition. Some guy saw me sing in Manitowoc. His name is Cole Alvis. He's a friend of mine now. He's the one that got me an audition with the Canadian Opera Company because they were looking for Aboriginal or Indigenous opera singers for that Louis Riel production in 2017. He asked me if I wanted to do an audition. I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I had all my audition stuff. Aria's ready, and I sang, and
Right.
it took like maybe I don't know 4 6 months to get back to me. I thought I didn't get it. It was like, I think I auditioned like in maybe in May. I didn't hear back until October. So sometimes if you don't get the job too, you don't get an email back. You know, it's like you're waiting for nothing. But something it just comes with the territory too. It's got a professional world. They don't take it hard if you don't get it or whatever. You know. It's
Right.
a tough
So
work though.
how was the like the rehearsal schedule and working with the orchestra, the director? Like, can you share with us your experience with that?
The orchestra was a cool experience. I've never worked with an orchestra before, like, and it's just they do acts in the opera scenes, scene one, scene two, scene three, or whatever. Practice at a certain day, and whenever you're in the scenes, that's when you go in and you have to practice. Usually, like when you just practice rehearsal, it's just you, whoever's in the say if there's a quartet or trio or whatever, and the rehearsal pianist. That's it. But when you're with an orchestra, it's not until maybe I can't remember what's like a practice for your. It's not a dress rehearsal. It's called something else. It's a German word. I can't remember, but they have a like a little run through and stuff too. But I can't remember what that word is. But they do have a rehearsal with the orchestra before the dress rehearsal, then the shows after. It's a lot of preparation. That's all it is. And you get
Right.
coachings if you have a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
So
work. But,
do you have any are you planning to record any music in the future?
mm, I I don't even know really. That's I need some people to help me with that. You know what I mean? Find funding and whatever. 'Cause I'm just at home and with my son with this pandemic stuff. Kind of getting bored at home. You know what I mean? Like I need to practice something. Well, I got a piece from Victor Davies, the guy who wrote the opera, the Ecstasy of Rita Joe. It was
Hmm.
originally a trio piece, but he made it into a baritone solo from that opera.
Oh,
And
nice.
he's right now, so it's actually like David Joe is Rita Joe's dad, which is based out of like Vancouver. I can't remember what kind of native those guys are out there, but that Rita Joe, that opera is like a girl from the res going to the city, then her dad's trying to get her back to the reserve, but she ends up dying in the end. The opera at the end, but it was based on a novel by George Raga. Victor wrote it into an opera. Yeah, I'd like to explore with different options if people could help me out there. You know what I mean? I'm just a diamond in the rough, I guess you could say, or kind of getting out there, but I need some help too. If anybody could help me, I appreciate any help I could get. You know, in networking and stuff.
Right.
And, you know,
So what have you been doing to keep busy during COVID?
I've just been playing lots of music, like learning new, just regular pop songs, and I don't know some Don Henley stuff, uh, Eagles. What else have I been doing? I've been going to the track trying to lose weight. Yeah.
I know, right? COVID food, COVID diets. So, do you have you been going to schools when before COVID happened? Do you go to schools and talk to the youth or do any?
I do voice workshops. Like I go up northern Quebec and all that to places like Just Has to Be, Great Well. Went to women do the sing and teach there, Muscatinish, What's Wanna Be, Sissany. I haven't been to East Maine or I sang in Emska. They taught there too. They really love music up in northern Quebec here. And Muscatinish, that's my where my band is. That's where my late grandpa was. And his name was Jim Morrison. That's my grandpa's from there. But I was there was a guy from Manitoba Opera. His name is Larry DeRoche. He had an idea of me touring First Nation reserves in Manitoba, and that was supposed to happen this year, but COVID, and hopefully that'll go back in the works with the Manitoba Opera. And if anybody wants me to come to reserve out in Manitoba, just message me and I could relay it to the lady at Manitoba Opera. But I don't know what's really going on right now with COVID. All the opera places are
Mhm.
just all quiet now, right now, anyways. But I'd really like. I was really looking forward to coming to Manitoba and seeing different reserves and schools
Yeah,
and
that
stuff.
would have been awesome if you came out this way.
Yeah, I
We
really
probably
like
we
that.
probably will eventually when COVID is run its course.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
next year.
yeah, we probably will. Yeah, it's crazy what happened. So what gigs were canceled for you because of COVID?
I didn't really have anything. I was supposed to go up to a place called Tusasabe to teach music for I think it was 2 weeks. I was only a summer gig I had. But usually I enjoy teaching music too. Really enjoy showing youth or anybody that signs up to sing or piano
Right,
lessons or guitar. But
right.
it's
Well, you
not
have a really incredible voice, and I'm going to give you the screen again,
okay.
uh, and we're all looking forward to hearing your amazing baritone voice.
Okay, I'm gonna sing a piece called Madamina. It's the catalog aria. It's Don Giovanni. It's from the opera Don Giovanni, and this is Leporello's aria. It's a catalog aria of his master is Don Giovanni, and he wants to be like Don Giovanni, but he's telling all the woman that his master has loved to this lady. I can't remember her name, Donna Avera or something. Her name is, but he keeps a catalog of all the women that Don Giovanni's been with. Lots of women and different classes, women, small, big, large, whatever kind of woman. But yeah, I'll sing it for you. Madamina, il catalogo è questo, delle belle chiamò il padron mio, un catalogo che ho fatto, osservate, leggete con me, osservate, leggete con me. In Italia 640, in Almania 231, 100 in Francia, Turchia 91, ma in Spagna son già 1.300, 1.300, contro questo contadine, con gli ai cittadine, ma contesse baronisse, marchesani, principesse e bandoni, d'ogni grado, d'ogni età, d'ogni età. In Italia 640, in Almania 331, 100 in Francia e in Turchia 91, ma in Spagna son già 1.300, Altre queste codelline camerierici per te, ma tutte si baronesse marchissane principesse, e ma d'ogni grado, d'ogni forma, d'ogni forma, ogni forma, nella l'usanza, la gentilezza nella bruna, la stanza nella bianca, la dolcezza. La grande maestosa, la grande maestosa. La piccina, 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 è un miglior mezzosa, è un miglior mezzosa, è un miglior mezzosa. Vieni, conquista, sua passione predominante e le gioie principiante. Non si dica se sia ricca, se sia bella, se sia bella, se sia ricca, se sia bella. Purché ricordi la donnella. Voi sapete quel che fa, voi sapete quel che fa, purché fortuna donnella. Voi sapete quel che fa, voi sapete. Voi sapete quel che fa, quel che fa, quel che fa. Voi sapete quel che Very good, thank you.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you. I'm sure the audience, the viewers are totally enjoyed that too. That was so amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful, beautiful voice. So I have a couple more questions to ask you.
Yeah.
What is your dream opera to perform at?
What opera role is my dream role?
Yes.
I think to sing Marcello in the opera La Boheme.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And what venue?
I'd like to sing in probably New York City would be nice there. The Metropolitan Opera would be best.
Yeah, that's awesome. Incredible. I'm sure you'll get there. I'm sure you'll get there. You have a really beautiful, beautiful operatic baritone voice, and I thank you for sharing that with us. And
you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I hope you inspire some of our youth, and if you can do it, they can do it too. And thank you for reaching out to me and connecting with me on Facebook and keeping me informed with your career. I totally enjoy following you. with your opera roles that you have been getting, and I'm looking forward to seeing you get more roles in the future. And
Mm-hmm.
my advice to you is join all the Indigenous music as associations, and that's how you'll get to learn about marketing and how to market yourself as a
Yeah.
musician. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll gladly help you too if you ever need help. Just
Right.
ask me,
Yeah.
reach
I
out
guess.
to me,
Thank you.
and we'll keep in touch for sure. And do you have a website, or where can people find you?
Just on Facebook. Face Everett Levi Morrison. That's my name on Facebook. Just add me if you want to learn about voice, or I could send you scales on the piano, like vocal scales, or give you vocal tips, or whatever you want to learn about singing or whatever. Yeah, could help you out anyway.
That's awesome. That's so incredible. Do you have any final things? Anything else you want to say? Any final words?
Just tell people just to be patient with this COVID thing, or yeah, but it's take its course, and always wear a mask and wash your hands. That's it. Just
Right. That's right.
preventative measure. That's it. Try not to be
That's
sick. Those natives get sick sometimes, and it's hard for some of us to get better. I suffer from diabetes, so I'm diabetic, and I mean, if I get it, I'm scared if I get it. So, but yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, that's good advice.
Mhm.
And yeah, thank you again for coming on the show, and looking forward to following you in your career. You have an amazing voice, and I think only good things are still to come your way. I think you're probably going to get your wishes that you put out to the universe, and yeah, I look forward to seeing what you come up with next. And I just want to say just my guest this week is Shelley Morris from Australia, and I also have another musician from Mexico City, Mexico. Her name is Sofia Matas. So I'm really excited to hearing her music. She's a classical pianist, so I'm really excited to
Well,
hear her perform as well. And yeah, I'm just getting Indigenous musicians from all over the world, and of course Canada too. And it's really great that we can network and just keep sharing our music. And I really truly believe in our Indigenous talent and the stories that we share through our music, and continue to move people, whether it's crying, laughing, smiling, clapping, standing ovations, the best, right? But yeah, stay safe and stay healthy. Until next time, Kisakitin, hi, hi.
Roger. See you.